All right, scatter plots and lines of fit. Today we're doing a scatter plot. It just shows a relationship between the set of data and two variables. All right? We're going to talk about the different relationships today. First relationship is a positive relationship. All you need to do is draw a little graph. Okay, a simple graph. Okay, write positive beside it. I'm going to show you what a positive relationship looks like. Okay. As x goes up, y goes up. That's a positive relationship. This is what it looks like this. If I drew a best of fit line through the data, it would look like that. It just shows that as x is going up, y is going up. So as x gets bigger, y gets bigger. An example of this would be study time versus scores. Okay? The more you study, the higher the scores, right? That's a positive relationship. All right, here's what a negative relationship looks like. And that's as x gets bigger, y gets smaller. If I put a best of fit line, it'd look like that. So as x gets bigger, y gets smaller. We could say the variables for this would be time of hours of video games played versus scores, test scores. The more hours you play in video games, the lower scores you're going to get in class, right?
I don't play games. I play like 12 hours.
So the longer you play a video game, the lower your test scores are going to be because that's the less time you spend studying. Okay? All right, and then no correlation. Okay? We also say it has no relationship, and that's just where it's a bunch of random dots and there's no clear relationship. There's no x and y don't affect each other. An example of this would be like how much time you play outside versus how much money you have. All right? Do they affect each other? No. So that's no correlation between the two variables. All right, your homework today is going to ask you what correlation does the graph have. You look at wages versus hours. Okay, as your hours goes up, your wages goes up. The more you make. So this would be a positive relationship. All right, write this down. Line of fit. Okay, we also call that a trend line. Models the trend of the data. Okay, I also call it the best of fit line. It's just a line that goes through the data. It's somewhat the average, but not necessarily. Okay, it just kind of shows you what the data is doing. So on this graph, wages versus hours, the best of fit line, the trend line, okay, would look like that. It just goes through the data. It's usually right in the middle of the data. All right, here's your assignment on 13 and 14. Okay, I need at least a couple sentences explaining how to do this problem.